Hello and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin. Bitcoin is currently fighting with the trend line that we talked about on the chart in the last few days. Here on the daily time frame, I find that quite a relevant trend line. There's good support there as well. But if that trend line breaks, it could send the price down quite a bit. And we want to talk about that a little bit here on the daily time frame. We're looking at the daily chart here obviously for Bitcoin, and I just wanted to share with you that trend line again. It's not relevant really from an Elliott Wave point of view, that trend line, but it is probably an area that can offer good support, but also if broken could indicate some weakness. Okay, so we've got touch points down here in October 23. We've got a touch point here in January, and we have a touch point here on Friday. And now the bulls and the bears are fighting. Okay, so you can already see that the daily chart starts with an engulfing red candle. It's not closed yet, obviously, so we'll have to see how the daily candle closes. But we're dealing here with a trend line, and the bulls and the bears are definitely fighting for it. So this is still our structure. We're still moving in a range between the main support area, which hasn't changed for many months, and the upside breakout point here around 71,000, what is that, $800 pretty much, yeah? So this is a range. Now, in addition to the range, we have a few levels to watch, price points to watch, and one of those parameters is, for example, the trend line. In addition to that, we've got the 3 Fibonacci support levels on the daily that we're watching, 61,810. So there should be good support if we get down to that level. 55,390 and 50,697. And any break below 50.7k, in my opinion, would indicate some bearishness. And it would indicate that this entire structure has to change. Or, well, the structure is changing then, but the interpretation has to change. The interpretation has to change because any fourth wave, so the idea is we're currently in a fourth wave. Okay, maybe the fifth has already started. But the fourth wave, any fourth wave should not really break below the 50% Fibonacci retracement here on the chart. And yeah, we are basically in a range, and this could stretch out much further. I mean, again, the trend line is not so relevant from an Elliott Wave point of view, but I just find it interesting as an additional aspect, an additional level to watch, because I think it is quite relevant. We have 3 touch points at least, down here even a few more. And it is quite an interesting one on the daily, and if you have a trend line on the daily, it is normally quite meaningful. So can't imagine the bulls will give that up easily, but if they do, it could send us down quite quickly to the next fib level. At least when we just look at the daily. On the smaller time frame, we have some additional levels to watch. So let's go to the shorter time frame. By the way, if we turn to the upside from here, still possible from this B wave, then we should start a C wave rally to the upside. That's wave C of 3. And then we should get a 4th wave and the 5th wave. And this 5th wave should take us to around about 86k. Now let's go to the smaller time frame. You can see how the bulls and the bears are fighting at the moment. There's also a Fibonacci level to watch. But let's zoom out first briefly. This is the structure we're watching. 4th wave low here in the support area. That's the current thesis, that the 4th wave bottomed, and that we're now moving up in this 5th wave, yeah, to the upside to around about 85, 86k. In this scenario, we're dealing at best with a diagonal pattern. So we have a wave 1 to the upside, wave 2 to the downside. We have an A wave of wave 3, B wave of wave 3, C wave would be next. And that C wave should take us to around about 76 to 78k. And then we still want to see a 4-5 pattern. So it's all about that B wave at the moment. So what's the support area for the B wave? Well, let's just say that as long as the price holds above 62,540, the assumption is that the C wave can happen to the upside, okay? And the assumption is that this is the white wave count. So 62,540 is key support. any break below will make me favor the yellow count. Okay, it will not invalidate the white count, but it will make me favor the yellow count, which would indicate a more, let's say, substantial move down in wave C of 4 in the yellow count. So the yellow count indicates that wave 4 never bottomed. So at the moment, the white count suggests wave 4 bottomed here on the 1st of May. And the yellow count allows for another move down. Okay, so it wouldn't change much. It would just lead to a delay of the upside breakout. For now, I'm watching the white scenario here, in which we're currently in a B wave pullback. So we are still moving in this price channel. The price seems to be coming down in wave Y of B, and that's wave B of 3. And I mentioned to you yesterday that there is currently no evidence that an upside breakout is happening. I've taken that micro count off the chart, which showed a possible upside breakout, because again, we've reacted to resistance. Okay, so the white count is preferred anyway, and I was watching for one more low. I will not rule out an upside breakout from here, because the move down from yesterday's high is just in 3 waves. So basically in short, the move down, you can call it complete. I think it would look better with one more low. And I only have a rally into resistance, which looks like a correction, which looks 3-wave like. Yeah, I mean, you might call that a 5-wave move, but there's a small 1-2 setup hidden down there. But yeah, you could, I mean, you can call that a 5-wave move. It's just not a beautiful one. So you can say, okay, we have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The problem is that this look doesn't work well with proportions, but it is a possible 5-wave move. The other problem is that potential 5-wave move is too small to be reliable. So it would be this, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now a 5-wave move, a wave 4 cannot be a 5-wave move, right? So there is the potential that we break out from here, but it would have to happen from here. This is what I posted earlier today for gold members as well in the signal. You know, if we turn around, it needs to happen from down here. So we already see a small green candle, but this is not enough yet to really suggest that this is happening, right? So I'm currently looking at this as a potential 5-wave move, but I don't trust it until we break above resistance at $67,115. Until then, I'm favoring that this is just a wave 4 rally, a corrective rally, and we'll get one more low. But of course, not in a straight line. We've now hit support, not only Fibonacci support, also trend line support. And if we get another low, the 64,500 level or area is still sort of the next area to watch, because that's the next meaningful Fibonacci zone. See there, 64,440, 64,300, 64,500. These are like the next levels to watch. They're all very close together. But I think there's a strong fight going on between the bulls and the bears. Yeah, we had a reaction to resistance. Everybody thinks, we go down now. But we've now hit support again. Don't forget about the trend line. I think that's quite substantial. So it could be a bounce, and we'll see if the price can take out yesterday's high, or actually it's today's high, overnight high. But yeah, overall, I still prefer another low until the market tells me something more bullish. Yeah, that's my update about Bitcoin. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter for additional content. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.